Welcome to the Chasing Spirituality podcast. I'm your host, Megan, and I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Each episode is full of heartfelt and expansive content that will really help you expand your consciousness and grow as a person. I created this podcast because I wanted to share my own personal experiences on my spiritual journey, but I also wanted to meet others and have them share what they've been through and how they've gotten to where they are today. If you haven't done so already, it would really mean a lot to me if you could rate and review the podcast. This really helps the podcast grow and reach more people, but it also allows me to get more guests on the show. Now on to today's topic. Hello everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Chasing Spirituality. I am super excited that you are joining me for a new episode. And if you're new here, my name is Megan. I am the host and I am a Reiki healer, a channel and intuitive healer, a spiritual teacher, psychic medium. And I'm excited that you're joining us. I'm excited that you're spending your day with us. If you are a occurring listener of mine, thank you for coming back. I'm super excited that you're here and that you're spending your day with me. This is the third episode of the chakra series that we've been doing on the Chasing Spirituality podcast. So if you're just now joining us and you haven't listened to the first and second episode, you can definitely go back and check those out. If you're just kind of here to learn more about the sacral chakra, that's okay too, because that's the chakra that we're going into today. But I did do an episode on the root chakra a few weeks ago, and then I did an introductory episode that talks more about the chakra system overall. So if you're interested in learning more, feel free to go and check those out. I also have a guided meditation that is available in the Chasing Spirituality community. There was a guided meditation to help you align and balance your root chakra, and then there will also be an episode in the community for your sacral chakra as well. And I plan to pair a meditation for every chakra as these episodes come out, so you can look forward to that if you are already a member in the community. If you're not a member in the community, make sure you go and check those out. It's not much to join us. It's $29.99 a month, and you get access to all kinds of cool stuff like guided meditations. But we also do practice circles, and I do live podcast recordings and readings, and it's just a really cool place for you to meet like-minded people and have your own spiritual community that you can be part of. So go and check that out if you're looking for a community, if you're looking for more content from me, if you're looking for more guided meditations and readings and things of that nature. So now we're just going to jump into today's episode. Like I said, we're talking about the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second chakra of your main 7 chakras, and that's what this series is going into. We're going into just the 7 main chakras. These are the ones that you usually see depicted in imagery whenever you look up anything like this. So we went into the root chakra in the last episode of this series, and that is the first chakra. That is the red chakra that is at the very, very base of your spine near the tailbone. And your sacral chakra is the second chakra, right above the root and right under the solar plexus. This is represented by the color orange. And this chakra is about an inch or two below your belly button. So it's in this area. This chakra is really linked to many different things, but one of the main things that come to my mind when I do work on this chakra is the water element. I would say that this chakra is connected to the water element. This chakra is connected to the divine feminine energy that is within all of us. And even if you are a male, you still have feminine energy inside of you. So you have this chakra. Everyone has this chakra. This chakra is also represented by a 6-petal lotus flower, and it is said that the circle's connection with the lotus flower petals, this represents cycles of rebirth, death, and birth. this is a really strong connection to that feminine energy, like I was talking about. But it's also, feminine energy is also connected to our creativity. So you can think of this center being linked to the sex organs, but it's also connected to our feminine energy, like that flow state. So if you're really having a hard time falling into a flow state, surrendering, if you're feeling blocked creatively, these can all be things that are linked with an imbalanced or an unhealthy sacral chakra. The overall purpose, the overall function of this chakra is pleasure. It's your overall enjoyment of life. So when this chakra is balanced and it's functioning properly, you can expect your relationships with yourself and with others, with the world around you, to feel very pleasing and nurturing. Everything will feel as if it is in harmony. You will also, like I mentioned earlier, you will feel like you're able to kind of go with the flow. So you'll feel more flexible. You won't feel rigid. You'll feel more freedom when it comes to your creativity, but also when it comes to your self-expression, when it comes to expressing your emotions and how you feel, as well as your sensuality. When you work with this chakra, you will feel like your relationships to yourself, to others, to your sexuality and your sensuality, to your creativity are flourishing, and you will feel very connected to everything around you. So some physical signs that you may have blocked energy in this chakra, because anytime you have a blocked chakra where the energy is not moving freely in this center like it should, this can always manifest in physical symptoms as well as emotional and spiritual symptoms. So some of the physical symptoms that you may experience if your sacral chakra is out of alignment is chronic low back pain. You may have reproductive issues such as like ovarian cysts. You may have trouble with fertility or pregnancy. You may have urinary tract infections. You may experience pain during intercourse or just like very low libido. You could also have complications with your bladder and kidneys, as well as just pelvic pain and any kind of issues or pain in this lower pelvic, lower back area. And emotionally, some of the things you may experience if your sacral chakra is not in alignment, emotionally, you may feel like an overindulgence in sexual fantasy or a lack of interest in sex altogether. You may also find it very difficult to express your emotions and your needs. You also may feel like you're overly expressing your emotions and needs. You may have creativity blocks. You may feel like you have like lots of ideas, maybe lots of downloads that are coming to you, but when it comes to actually like figuring out the next step and how to actually move forward with that creativity is just too much, and because of that you just fall within yourself and you're not able to actually put those ideas into reality, if that makes sense. And there are many, many different ways that you can work with this chakra. Again, guided meditations are great. There's plenty of guided meditations out there on YouTube. I am putting the guided meditation in the Chasing Spirituality community if you want to check out mine. It's really just as simple as envisioning a orange light in this area of your body, and imagine this orange light kind of growing, glowing, getting bigger and bigger, swirling, really just whatever feels right to you and what works for you. There are definitely tons of yoga poses and different postures that you can try that can really target the sacral area. So I know that some for sure is the happy baby and the goddess pose. You can use stones and crystals to balance your sacral chakra. I actually recommend that if you want to do a guided meditation, this is a great time to also incorporate a crystal. You can lay a crystal on this particular area of your body while you meditate, and this would kind of amplify that energy. You can also just carry the crystal around with you. Any of the orange crystals are really good with working with the sacral energy. My favorite crystal to work with for my sacral chakra is actually carnelian, but really any of like the orangey colored stones are really good for working with your sacral chakra. So you could try, let's see, amber, maybe citrine. Oh, moonstone. Moonstone's a really good one. This one's not orange, but moonstone is really connected to our feminine energy, really connected to the water element. So that would also be a really good one that you could use. Maybe like orange aventurine or something like that. Those would be other stones I think that would be perfect for working with your sacral chakra. There's foods that you can eat. You could do any of the orange foods, so like oranges and carrots. These would be really good for your sacral chakra, as well as water. You know, replenishing yourself with lots of water, because this is the water element chakra, would be really good to also help you with balance. The mantra is VAM. That is the mantra if you're into chanting or anything like that whenever you're doing yoga. Breath work would be a really great way to help clear any blockages in this particular area. Journaling your emotions, making sure you get all of those out on paper. Trying to add some creativity into your life whenever you can. This can help keep this chakra center healthy. Being honest about how you're feeling, tapping into your emotional body as well as your emotional body, and being really honest and vulnerable with your emotions instead of kind of keeping those locked up like we do sometimes. All of that can be very, very helpful when working with this chakra. Now, I want to put a little disclaimer out there that if you have any kind of abuse, especially sexual abuse, it's very common for you to have imbalances in this area, so you may need some extra work, some extra TLC, to help you through some of those blockages, and just be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace and love. Yeah, Reiki, always, Reiki's a great tool that you can use to help with all the chakras. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers the sacral chakra. Again, I want to keep these episodes kind of short. I mentioned that in the root chakra episode. I want this to be as digestible as possible, because sometimes this kind of content can kind of go in one ear and out the other, and it can go on and on and on and on. And just always trust yourself. You know, tune in, see how you're feeling, and if you feel like something's off, trust that, and then do something about it. If you feel like you need to do yoga, if you feel like you need to do breath work or meditation, or just carry a crystal around, do whatever works for you. The important thing is getting in tune with your own body and your own needs. And the more that you get in tune with yourself and your own body, you'll start to pick up when things are off. You will. I mean, it's just part of it. You'll know when you're not feeling like you normally should, and you'll be able to tell when you have blockages. And then from there, you can decide what you feel comfortable doing and what you're ready to do to help remove those blockages, so that you can be the healthiest and best version of yourself. So I hope that you found this helpful, and if you're looking forward to the guided meditation, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and tap into that beautiful feminine sacral energy that you have.
Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you love. And it would mean so much to me if you could rate, review, and subscribe so that the podcast can reach and assist more people. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love.